Hello, this is Mark Kaucic from Rubber Tree Systems. I'd like to share a few quick tips about some underutilized features in WebQuery that can help make your reports more meaningful and easier to read. In this case, I'm going to start out with a pretty typical report that most of our customers will run in some form or another. And basically, the goal here is to summarize yesterday's sales details. And in this case, our dimensions are going to be branch, sales rep ID from the order, customer ID, and item description. And the measures are going to be quantity ordered, quantity requested, quantity shipped, sales dollars, cost of goods sold, gross margin from moving average cost, and gross margin percentage. The only filter criteria in this report is a filter on the invoice date, so it's going to automatically isolate yesterday's activity. If we run this report in whatever output, I'm going to use the PDF for this example, we'll get a pretty basic block output here. So notice it looks like this is sorted on branch ID, sales rep, customer, but there are no breaks or subtotals, a lot of repeating information. So although this is somewhat usable, we can make this a lot better and easier to understand. So let's make a few quick changes here. So down under the total section, we have the ability to automatically subtotal just by clicking on these checkboxes. So in this case, I'd probably want a subtotal by branch, sales rep, and customer ID. I'll hit the next button. And if we run that again, just with that change, we'll see a little bit of improvement here in the readability. So we get our cover page there, and notice now that we have our subtotal breaks. So that helps a lot. Now in this case, we still have repeating values for branch, sales reps, and customers. So this might be a lot more readable or easier to discern if we just suppress the repeating rows and only show the numbers where they change. And we can accomplish that easily by using subheadings. Now there's two types of subheadings, inline and multi-line. In this case, inline will serve our purpose as well. In another session, we'll talk about some great use cases for multi-line subheadings. So basically, in order to do a subheading, whatever columns that you want to suppress need to be in the sort. And by the way, when we turned on those subtotals, it automatically gave those columns sort preference or precedence, I should say. And in this case, this will also be sorted on sales descending. So what I want to do is suppress any repeating values from branch ID through customer ID. And if I want, I can even do line breaks, page breaks. In this case, I'll add a line break to the report. So let's run that one more time and see the change. So now, as we said, you can see that a lot easier to read. You can clearly see when those values break and so forth. But still, we've got a pretty detailed report here. Down to the bottom, you can see I actually got 39 pages of detail. If I jump to the end of the report, I'll automatically see my grand totals and all, again, with the various subtotals at that point in time. So maybe one more thing that we'd like to do with this is to include summaries at branch, sales rep, and customer level. And it's really easy to do that. So I'm just going to click the Change Summary button and hit the check boxes for those fields. And I could do that either before or after the main report. In this case, let's do it first. There's some other formatting options, just like every other report. Most of the time, you can just accept the defaults. There's some options for page breaks, line breaks, things like that. Again, I'm just going to go with the defaults. Let's run this one more time. And now you can see we asked for our summary. Here's the branch summary up front, and then the sales rep summary, and then the customer summary, and then we get eventually into the meat of our detailed report. So just a couple simple things, subtotals, subheadings, and summaries that took a detailed report and make this a lot easier to read and a lot more meaningful for your information consumers. Thanks for your time and attention today, and we look forward to sharing more tips with you in the near future. Thanks again for choosing WebQuery from Rubber Tree Systems. Have a great day.